Hey Canucks fans, I am Clay Emo. I'm at Canuck Clay on Twitter. I'm at Clay Emo on Instagram. I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary live, post-game live stream on a night where the Vancouver Canucks defeated the Montreal Canadiens 2-1 in a shootout. And I was going to say it was an exciting game, but it was kind of a boring game for a lot of it, but it got better as it went on and certainly was exciting when the Canucks ended up winning. Right away, I want to give a shout out to my Hall of Fame members, Jens95, simalexander, Justin Credible, nucksfan number 29, and Lucas Gates. I actually met with 4 of them yesterday, 3 over Zoom and 1 over good old-fashioned phone call. Loved it. And it was a wonderful chance to get to know some of my members. So thank you for your support, and thanks to the support of all members of all levels. You are listed in the video description. If you want to become a member of this channel, join the CCC Crew, then click on the join button underneath any of my videos on the membership tab on my YouTube channel. I see some compliments on the background and stuff. Thank you. I'll get to that in a second. Remember, give me the first 5 minutes. I want to say no matter where you're watching from, I appreciate you. I don't take you for granted. I know you could be doing anything else. And that means if you're watching from my neighborhood of Steveston and Richmond, in the Lower Mainland, in the city, I went out of order, city, Lower Mainland, in the province, in the country, on the continent, or around the world, thank you. I do appreciate you. I invite you to become a subscriber of this channel. I invite you to like this video. Like the fact that, well, there were a bunch of people and then they left and now they're all back. So I invite you to like this video. Like the fact that the Canucks won. Like the fact that we can talk about it. Like the fact that I'm trying to look like an actual, YouTuber for once. My microphone's facing the right way. Whatever reason you want to like the video. And like I said, consider joining this channel as a member and moderators. I'll say right off the bat, thank you. And I see John's in here. Yes, he's got the magic towel. Since I put it up, the Canucks are 3-0. Keep doing what you're doing, John, even if it's not against... You don't have to do it against the Toronto Maple Leafs, but doing it against every other team in Canada. Okay, let me go for about 2.5 or 3 minutes, and then I will answer all of your questions. What I liked about this game, and by the way, I do a post-game recap. I did 8 minutes or so already. I posted that on YouTube already. And what I liked, I obviously liked the fact that Adam Gaudette scored with 40 seconds left. It had nothing to do with the change of lines. It had everything to do with the fact that they had an extra attacker on the ice. Really nice pass from Horvat over to Gaudette. Gaudette slaps it past Price. And what's very interesting is Montreal did have 3 guys back, as they pointed out on the broadcast, but the 3 guys kind of gravitated all towards Horvat, maybe because Horvat is a better player, better skater. You think he's more of a threat, and then wide open on the far side, and Gaudette puts it past Carey Price. I liked also the fact that Thatcher Demko made 29 saves, looked solid. The only goal to beat him was that Jeff Petrie seeing eye shot on the power play. By the way, did you notice how big Corey Perry is? Like, I know he's a big player, but when he's in front of Thatcher Demko, he looked massive. No wonder Demko couldn't see the puck. So I love Demko's play tonight. Obviously, we knew this, you guys. We talked about this, that he was gonna establish himself as the number 1 goaltender here in Vancouver. Did you also know that Travis Hamonic blocked 7 shots? That's pretty impressive. Some players don't even block 7 shots in their entire season. But yes, he blocked 7 shots in 1 game tonight. So that was pretty crazy. And so those are some of the things I liked. The overtime was interesting, whether it was Quinn Hughes taking a 2-minute and 10-second shift. So we went 130 seconds, went to the bench for about 40 seconds, and then played the last 2 minutes. So he played 4 of the 5 minutes in overtime. Brock Besser's amazing attempt, foiled by a sprawling Carey Price. I thought that was really good. And of course, Horvat, the only one to score in the shootout. What I didn't like, wait to hear about Jordy Ben's injury. It looks like he took a Ben Sherratt shot. Let's try and say that 5 times fast. A Ben Sherratt shot off of him, so he didn't play for the rest of the third. Also didn't like the Canucks special teams. The fact that we went 0 for 3 on the power play, including that 2-man advantage in the first, and then Montreal scored 1 on us. By the way, almost at 100 viewers. That's pretty cool. Thank you. I guess everyone's in a good mood that the Canucks won. And it's late. I find that my later live streams, the 10 p.m. ones, do better than my 7 p.m. ones. Maybe people are just used to late night hockey here on the West Coast. One other thing. Yes, the Canucks have won 3 straight for the first time all season. Awesome. Yes, they passed Calgary, although Calgary's got a couple games in hand. And I just want to show this is how hard it's going to be to make up ground, because even though we beat Montreal, we don't make up any games in hand because we played Montreal. So they still have 4 or 5 games in hand on us, and they got 1 point as opposed to 0. So we really only gained a point, and both teams moved closer to the finish line. So that's how tough it's going to be. Okay, friends, there's my 5 minutes. I will turn it over to you. And by the way, give this video a like, and tell me if you like this new setup. Before I get to your questions, actually, my brother-in-law, so my wife's sister's brother, very much into photography, very much into videography. We do the live streams at my church together, and he was giving me some feedback, some basically cheap do-it-yourself tips. That light behind me kind of illuminating the back wall. He told me that although the wardrobe was nice, and not because of that freaky doll, but that the reflection might distract people. So whatever, I'm trying something new. I got a couple lights and a microphone that works. So now we will go from here. Let me get a sip of water, and we will go. Okay. I'm looking for questions first. Nucksfan says your new setup seems very dark. Yeah, I can move this light a little closer, Nucksfan. I appreciate your feedback, but yeah, that's the way. It's dark because I don't actually have the upper light on. How many shots has bench shot, all the shots? Dogwood, love it. Will Vancouver and Ottawa improve while Montreal and Calgary are going down? Yeah, that could happen, Fillmore, for sure. Chris says, love the new setup. Thank you, Chris. Reaction Clay, this is not the first time we won 3 straight. Oh yeah, of course. We had that 4-game streak when Ottawa was in town, then we beat Ottawa. Yeah, good point. I don't know what I was thinking. So, and I even said that on my post-game. Oh, dang it. That's bad. Okay, thank you for reaction. It just seems so long ago. I appreciate that. Would Podkolzin be here next year if he didn't have a contract? Would he be here next year if he didn't have a contract? I'm not sure if you mean a contract with us or a contract with Russia, but yes, he's got to finish his contract by the end of April, so we expect him next season. Justin, hey Justin, nice chat with you yesterday. The setup looks awesome. Nice green light aura that provides a Canucks touch with your shirt. Oh yeah, actually I'm not going to wear the shirt every time because I do got to wash it, but I think the shirt, the color actually looks nice in this setup. Thank you, BXL Chonger. By the way, Chonger, thanks. I shouldn't call you Chonger. I should call you by your first name. But thank you for your nice message on Instagram as well. Yeah, you guys can follow me on all the socials on Twitter and at Instagram. I'll get you back. Thought on Gaudette's goal tonight, Fangirl. I thought it was excellent. Nice to see him rewarded. The team plays far better without Petey. Trade him and Pearson for number 1. Truds, I don't agree with you. But by the way, Sean Avery, all-star level. Thank you for joining the channel, Sean. I appreciate that. I appreciate you very much. Sorry if the stream is laggy for you, actually. But to answer your question, no, I wouldn't trade Petey. I just like the fact that the Canucks are getting more confident and players are playing better, and it's not like Petey's going to take away from that. It just makes our team that much stronger. But Truds, I appreciate you going out on a limb. Does Pettersson return next game? We don't know. We just kind of go day by day. Thanks again, Sean, for your membership. You guys see me flying over the couch there in my Lazy Boy commercial. Although I'm a little bit, the computer's a tiny bit further from you, so I have to just kind of squint. LA Women Hoops, what mic are you using? It's called Uhuru, Uhuru. Stu says, I like the setup, thank you. Is Vancouver the most elite team in the North? Cole, I think you know the answer. The answer is no, but Jim doesn't like the new setup. No problem, Jim. Truds, 3 best Canucks players were Jake, Gaudette, and Demko. I would say Gaudette and Demko for sure. I thought Jake was creating. I thought Hamonic was good. Yeah, I thought Jake was fine. He was certainly drawing penalties and drawing other calls that should have been penalties. Yeah, I'm surprised. Yeah, there's that one where he got slammed into the boards. But I love when he uses his speed down the left side for sure. Absolutely for sure. Do you think Holtby will see the net until Demko loses? Rickwan, that could be the case, right? If we don't have back-to-backs, why not ride Demko? And I think that was the thinking in playing Holtby in that game that we lost against Winnipeg. It's because I think Travis Green saw this run of games coming up, especially if the Canucks want to keep their slim playoff chances alive. By the way, thanks everyone. Gmod, thank you for the $4 donation, Gmod. That's awesome. By the way, we're at 130 viewers, which is great. Thanks for being here. We're only at 50 likes, so let's try and get that likes number close to the viewer number only if you want to. All right, let's keep on going with questions. How good do you think Podkolzin will be? Darko, I think he can be a top 6 guy for sure. I wouldn't say first liner, but it'd be awesome if he is, but it'll definitely be a second liner, not a bottom 6. I meant, would he be here this year? This year, if he wasn't in a contract? Oh yeah, for sure. Just like we remember, we've got Quinn Hughes in for 5 games, Besser in for 5 to 10 games. I think we would try and get him in. Dogwood, you used to broadcast from the bench to your left, didn't you? Yes, exactly. So picture in front of me is the rest of my house, right? I have some French doors and then my hallway. Yes, on my left is where I sat this way, right? This is the way I used to stream with the wardrobe behind me, or the storage. And then, yes, so very good, Dogwood. Well, wasn't that too hard to figure out? But yeah, you could probably recognize the pictures behind me, of course, as well, because they used to be over my left shoulder. The power play kind of looked lost without Pettersson. Do you think so too? Okay, streamer, that's a great question. I like the way the power play looked last game. I didn't like the way it looked this game, especially on the 5-on-3. I think the 5-on-3, it really showed actually how disorganized they were. It's almost like, doesn't it almost feel like they don't practice the 5-on-3? That's what it looked like to me. Horvat, Hughes, and Miller were way too stagnant across the top of the blue line. Who had a bad game for the Canucks? I thought Harlock struggled a little bit clearing the puck, but I don't think anyone had a really, really bad game. There's no Canucks to blame on any goals because that was a power play goal. So I don't think anyone really had a bad game, to be honest with you. I lied. Do you think Gaudette gets a top 6 opportunity with that goal tonight and PD out? Or with PD out, does Gaudette go to the top 6? Yeah, you could maybe slide him in for a Virtanen or a Pearson. Yeah, but we'll see. Or maybe you put Gaudette back with Sutter on the third line, and now he's got a bit more confidence after scoring the goal. So it could go either way. Great question. Great question. Jed, nice new setup. Thank you. You think they should change the overtime format to 3-on-3 until someone scores? No, I don't. I just think, it felt like in that 3-on-3, no one was going to score. Of course, there's going to be a breakdown. Someone's going to strip. Someone's going to get tired. But no, I don't think teams would go for that just because that's extra wear and tear on the body. But I know a lot of people don't like the shootout either. Wow, 140 people in here. Thanks, you guys. Really appreciate it. That's awesome. Lighting's on point. Thank you. I will tell my brother-in-law. He'll be very happy to know. Thoughts on Ariel Tuliel singing the anthem tonight? Yeah, fangirl, I thought it was great. I didn't know, and I'll let you in on a secret. She didn't know either. She wasn't scheduled to sing tonight, and then she got called in a few hours prior to the game. So I think she did great, and she looked great, and she sounded wonderful. By the way, to all you females in here, it might only be a couple of you. I know Fangirl is one of them. Thank you for being here, and happy International Women's Day. The best thing about Clay live streams, you don't have to do a super chat to get your questions answered. Well, thank you, Jamie. I appreciate that. Why didn't Schmidt play in overtime? Well, Tayyeb, it's because Quinn Hughes kind of hogged all the time, honestly. I think they would go with a 3 rotation set of Hughes, Myers, and Schmidt, but Schmidt somehow got skipped. Yeah, that's crazy. What a game, Clay. Thoughts on the Canucks playoff positioning now? Do you think they have a shot? Rios, I've always said they've had a slim shot, but I still think they have a long way to go. I want to see, it's still 3 weeks away, but I want to see what happens when they have their bye week and then everyone catches up in games played. Oh, by the way, I should have mentioned this off the top. Thank you to Monkey 9 Brewing in Richmond as the sponsor for all of my post-game live streams. You'll see our giveaway on Instagram, which I'll hype up here, and on Twitter by this weekend. So once again, Monkey 9 Brewing in Richmond, wonderful brew pub, great drinks, great food. The drinks, I have to take other people's word for it, but the food is amazing. Connected to the bowling alley, 6th Road in Steveston, and they are sponsoring all of my post-game live streams. So I appreciate them very much, even though I took 15 minutes to mention them. How do you feel about Jace Harlock and Mike Michaelis play of late? Bottom 6 is a lot more speed. Yes, Kai, they do have a bunch more speed, which is good, instead of McEwen or Eriksson. But yeah, not difference makers yet, but maybe you don't need your bottom 6 to be difference makers. You just want them not to get scored on, right? And to bring some energy. So I thought they were okay, but they're interchangeable pieces, right? So that's the tricky part. Will players slack once PD returns? I sure hope not, Fillmore. Do you think the Canucks are piecing things together? Or is this a small run? It's both, Owen. I think that it is a small run and they are piecing things together. I just worry it's a little too late, but at least we're talking about the Canucks winning, which is awesome. Recon, yeah, Pearson could get traded. He's got, especially if the Canucks don't plan on signing him, but it sounds like Jim Benning wants to sign him. Travis, that's a good team over there, of course. Why does it like JT and Brock not hustling again? Happened 3 times. There were a couple times, Truds, where I noticed that JT did not hustle, and Brock still, I think, is a little too casual. But I also think he's the MVP so far this season, as I mentioned in my vlog today. Riley, I do not know what a computer that sings. You have to tell me. Are we making the playoffs, do you think? You're delirious. Nothing to do with your name, but I think it's still going to be tough. As much as I want them to, it's going to be tough. What was Tatar attempting to do? Trying to extend the shootout, and he pulls off between the legs. Yeah, that's weird. It's different if you're the team that's up 1-0, right? And you can go for insurance. I still think that's a bad move, but yeah, of course if he scores, then it's on every highlight package. But no, I didn't mind it at all. That was strange. That was really strange. Jake, thanks for being here, Jake. What is wrong with Mott? High ankle sprain. When is he expected to return? I don't know. We haven't heard him even in practice yet, so I'm not sure. Maybe at least another week, but I'm just speculating here. Hughes played 30 minutes. Crazy. Let's get 100 likes. Thanks, Hot Take. Takes a little. Thanks, John. I appreciate you being here. It takes a little while for me to get there, but we should. We have maybe I don't have the Hot Take hype that he has, but that's kind of not my style. But we have 150 people in here, and we have 70 likes. So even if 1 out of every 3 of you doesn't press the like button, we should get close to 100. I just like getting 100, and then we don't have to worry about it. But we'll see. But thank you for that. Harsender. Sauce Regal, no news today, but I got a funny story. I placed a bet for $20 today that Harlot would score, but apparently that's the cost of one. Yeah, that's going to be tough. I'm sure the odds are pretty good, though. What would you have won if he did score? Hope you're doing well. Watched the first half of the game. Crazy went into shootout, got out with a goal after missing his other 3-game winning streak. After missing his other shot, 3-game winning streak. Let's go. Indeed, Dion is exciting for sure. What trades can you see the Canucks making at the deadline? Fangirl, it's tough. I still think they should be sellers. They certainly shouldn't be buyers. So they got to get more draft picks, more assets for so many UFAs. Pearson, Ben, Sutter, Edler, Hamnick. Now, a lot of those guys have modified no trade. I expect Edler to be the one who doesn't get moved, but you got to at least kick the tires. When will DiPietro be ready to get called up? He's ready anytime, but there's no. It's kind of sucks though. He's just kind of sitting on the taxi squad. He's not even playing Utica. He's not playing games. So, and they asked Jim Benning about that on Friday. They got to get DiPietro playing some games if they're not going to play him because they have Demko going so well and they have Hope B, of course, as a $4.3 million backup. Nucks fan, after our chat, thank you. That was a great chat yesterday. My daughter told me subscribed a few weeks ago. She wants to know if you have any plans to interview Jens 95. Nucks fan, you can tell your daughter that she is the only Hall of Fame member that I didn't get a chance to chat with yesterday. And once I talked to her in person, yeah, maybe she would be great for a Zoom interview. Great point. Chong or Jamie, you guys are too kind. Rios, I think we trade Patterson. Nope, not for me. 2-0 since Benning's media. Have you met almost or anyone on the Canucks? Yes. Rickwan, on the current team, I've met everyone that was here last year, if that makes sense. Because I volunteered at golf tournaments every year and the Canucks Dice and Ice. So I've met every roster player that was on the team last year or earlier, if that makes sense. Or I just say in the past couple seasons. So that means I haven't met Michaelis. I haven't met, Jace Harlock, of course, but I've met everyone else because of my I volunteer at their charity events. Are the Canucks the hottest team in the North? Yeah, the standings wouldn't say so, but their 3-game win streak against 2 really good teams, Toronto, Montreal, would say yes, but that could change as early as Wednesday. Playoff, just a nervous Canucks fan. Fair enough. Do you think PD would have helped that 5-on-3? Fangirl, absolutely. You just have to respect his shot, and now it's a 4-on-2, right? If you follow what I'm saying. What NHL defenseman plays a style that Jim Benning played when he played? He's I just can't picture him being anything else but a stay-at-home guy. Maybe Dana Merzen. No, I don't know how good Jim was. They look like deer in headlights at 5-3. I agree with you, Gmod. Santorelli and Hodgson. There you go, Inferno. Hottest team in BC. Hey, Clay, the boys are getting their mojo back. Hey, Lucas, nice to see you. I watched some of your video, Lucas. I haven't got through all of it yet, but don't worry. Not a good time to take Pedersen to... He's heart and soul, yeah. Quinn Hughes had a bad game. Thoughts? That giveaway was pretty bad. That Armia messed up. Yeah, Hughes is not being his dynamic self, but he has been better on defense despite that giveaway. I thought he was okay. But yeah, he doesn't look as dangerous as he used to, for sure. Power play, get worked on, need to change something. Yeah, they were good last game, though, don't forget. What do you think about the shot chances, and how do you feel about Michaelis? What do you think about the shot chances? Not sure what that means, Chris, but I think Michaelis has been okay. He's noticeable. There's some speed there, but we don't expect him to do too much. Owen, love the streams, Clay. Good night. Thank you, Owen. I know, Owen, you're good. You go to bed as you should as a student, but thank you for continuing to donate. That is very kind of you, Owen. Thank you. Clay, do you know how to do Photoshop? No, that's not my strength for sure. Pedersen with a big factor, the 5-3. Is his impact that great? Absolutely. Because he's a great stick handler, he's a great passer, great vision, great shot. All those things, you have to pay attention to him, and that opens up the ice for other skill guys like Horvat, Hughes, Besser, and Miller. He would have a huge impact. Louis, Eric's son. Do you think you should be in for Michaelis? No, Louis, you just keep on doing what you're doing. Did you hear about the proposed new draft lottery changes? Yeah, Justin, I saw a bit about that, but admittedly, I didn't read through it all. I was going to read it before I go to bed tonight. 3-on-3 Ice Hockey League coming, retired players. Oh, I'm not sure if I'd be that interested in that, Lucas. By the way, Justin and Lucas, nice to see both of you, Hall of Fame members, two people that I chatted with. nucksfan, who I chatted with, is also here. I'm not sure. I don't think Alexander is here, though, tonight. Clay for coach. No way. Travis Green's doing great. 200 and at least 100 likes. I don't think we're going to get to 200. The 100 likes, maybe. I like the new setup and lighting. Thank you, okay, streamer. Yeah, it's something different. I'm still I have to play with kind of the light, how much, but I think the shirt kind of pops. It's kind of cool. Naruto, what's up? That's a new name. Awesome. What up, Clay? That was one heck of the game. Yeah, it was a little boring, admittedly, but I'm happy that the Canucks won for sure. Seamus, how are you, brother? Who is your Cup favorite right now? How much does travel play into your Cup expectations this year? Great question, Seamus. I work with Seamus's brother, and I know Seamus from church circles. My Cup favorite right now, gosh, Tampa Bay with Vasilevsky. I called it at the start of the season. Vegas, I'm surprised. At the start of the season, I was saying Tampa and Colorado, but Vegas has been playing really well. Boston and Philly, I think those two teams are really strong right now. But I'd have to pick Tampa. And no, I think they're saving so much on travel during the regular season that I don't think it's going to affect any of the Final Four, if that makes sense. Great question, though. Nice to see you, Seamus. What's the most viewers you've had during a stream after a game? I think it's 160. I don't think I've ever hit 200. My challenge is simply not that big. But I think my biggest was 160. But I'll have to look. I'll just go look at one of the post games after one of the playoff wins. Because one of them, we had a lot of views. It might be 160. Clay, what's your ideal goal song? Would you keep it at Ain't Talking About Love, Use Holiday? You know, I like old school R&B, but I don't think that, old school hip hop would go well. It doesn't really like pump fans up. It's good for like, intermission or TV timeout or commercial break, but I don't know. So maybe a good goal song would be, I don't know, Cool in the Gang, Celebration. That'd be horrible. Tim's not liking the shootout. Hey, Shannon. Nice to see you. Do you think Gaudette trade talk is over after he's been in at least these handful of games, or is it too little too late with what they could get in exchange for him? Yeah, Sean, great point. If his trade value isn't that big, then why even bother trading him, and why not see how he can do for us and our lineup? We're at 98 likes. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate you guys. Playoffs, maybe. Going to be tough. Demko has a higher save, or SVP save value, whatever that means, Rios. Yes, I'm sure he does. Hype for the women of the GLCPC. I like it. Very good, Justin. That's good. Winning favor with the ladies. Awesome. They should try a 3-forward set in LT. What do you think? Yeah, Shafeen, we've seen success for a couple other teams, but Hughes is almost like a forward, right, in overtime. So I think you can almost treat him like a forward. Clay is great at interacting with the viewers. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. You know, Christian Hamnick's passing, his passing is good. You know what I like about Hamnick? You guys know I've talked about this many times in my vlogs. He's got a good shot, a good hard shot, and he doesn't have to wind up. He snaps it from his waist down. I'm very impressed with Hamnick's shot, actually. So Sean thinks the Canucks will just barely miss the playoffs. Do you think McEwen will come back? I do think McEwen will come back, but he hasn't been a big difference maker just yet. So no, I definitely think he'll get a chance to play later in the season. I just don't know when. Where I just missed. Where was? I know I'm a little bit behind. Where did someone? How come I got to and I missed a couple? Hamnick played well. 3 blocks. Yeah, I thought he had 7 blocks actually. Very shiny Clay online. Yes. Maybe it's a little bit oversaturated. Good point. I know I have a shiny face anyways. Maybe I'll turn this down just a bit. Is that any better? Now I've lost my place, but that's okay. We had a great chat yesterday. It was fun indeed. New subscriber. Thank you, Sports Boys. Welcome. Caroline Froelich would be a good interview. Absolutely. You know, how did I miss a bunch of stuff? Oh, I did miss a bunch of stuff. But by the way, I want to get to, thank you, the real PG. He is my brother-in-law, Pat. So Pat, I'm not sure if you're still around. I was going to text you when I'm done in about half an hour. But thank you. Yeah, I'm using a ring light back there as well. So Pat is the one who was giving me some advice. And we'll see. But I'm sure we'll chat a bit later. Okay, I think I skipped a bunch of questions. So I'm like 10 minutes behind. Bear with me. That's what happens when we have more than 100 people, which I'm not complaining about at all. Okay, so I'm going way back up now. Do you think McEwen will come back? Yeah, but Travis Green really trusts his veterans, as you see. Clay getting the bag. I don't even know what that means. Is that good or bad? Did I just swear? Who hit the shootout goal? It was Horvat. What did you have for supper? I had pineapple chicken. Rice, chicken, and pineapple is one of my favorite things growing up to eat. Monkey hype. Teams only allowed to win 2 lotteries in a 5-year span, 2 and 5. Clay caught the bag. You know, I'm not cool. What does that mean? And am I swearing every time I say that? I'm not very cool, remember. Can't really see Petey playing anywhere else unless he's paired with Hoglander. Petey comes back, lot of line, Bo Pearson, Jake, Hogg, Sutter, Gaudette. Yep, I think that makes sense as well. Unless you take Virtanen out of that top line, that second line, although he has been skating very well. Top 5 fast food places. Recon, save that please till the end of the stream. I want to do Canucks and hockey questions now, and I will do non-Canucks hockey questions at the end. Teams win the lottery can only jump 10 spots. Gosh. Rome, yes, I agree that John is awesome at interacting with his viewership, and he has an amazing energy level. Do you see Miller as a full-time center next to Besser when PD come back? You know, I talked about it in my vlog today. I could see, I don't know if Pettersson would be happy playing on the wing. Miller does seem more engaged, which is in the middle. So we'll see. Darko, have you met anyone on the Canucks? Yeah, I'm not sure if you heard my answer earlier, Darko. I've met almost all of them because I do some charity work with them. I volunteer with the Canucks. And I've met a few other of them when I do my music videos and things like that as well. Clay, how many times did Hughes give away the puck breaking out in front of Demko tonight? I count 5. Truds, I didn't count that many. I don't know. A computer that is the Dell. Oh, very good, Riley. I get it. Thoughts on keeping Jake on the top 6? Should he stay or should he go? I think he's fine there now that with PD out. But when PD comes back, I'd like to see Hoglander take that spot again. Lucas, slim playoff chance. Linden and Clay is number 1. Thank you. How you doing? What do you think of Hoglander not being out in OT? Yeah, time for hockey. My son Sean and I were talking about that. We would have loved to see that. I'd love to see him out there instead of Sutter. That's for sure. So if you don't care about defense, put Hoglander out there. I mean, Hoglander's good at defense. So I'm saying if that's the reason why you're putting Sutter out there, it's not like he had to win a faceoff or anything. Would you put Pearson and Virtanen in the same package for a trade? If yes, who do you think we can get in return? Tayyab, I don't think we're going to get much because we're probably going to have to ask a team to take salary on for Jake for next year. Pearson, I was thinking you could get a second rounder. Virtanen, you get a mid rounder. So maybe you get 2 draft picks or 1 roster player and a draft pick. I don't know. We're beating teams without PD. Hate to say it, but I'm enjoying PD being out. Yeah, I wouldn't use the verb or the of enjoying, but I'm glad to see that they are stepping up for sure. Yeah, we got up to 155 and then everyone left, maybe because I was so slow catching up on comments. Have you met anyone? Yeah, Darko answered that. Do you like Tyler Myers on the team? He makes too many mistakes. I think he's okay, as long as they don't overplay him. Noah, thanks for being here. If they trade Sutter, do you think he would want to play in Calgary for his uncle? I don't see why not, but I don't think he's dying to get over there. Who should the Canucks protect and not protect for the expansion draft? Mr. Joker, they will protect Demko. They will protect Juolevi, Myers, and Schmidt. The rest of the guys are UFAs, or you don't have to protect Hughes. He hasn't played enough games. And then up front, you protect Miller, Besser, PD, Horvat. I protect Mott, and then 2 of Gaudette, Virtanen, Lind. But those are the 5 I protect for sure up front is Horvat, Besser, PD, Miller for sure, and Mott. Jay says sit Pettersson. It is a hot take, one I don't agree with, but that's fair. I don't think Virtanen gets traded, says SsshirazzZ. Thank you, everyone. We got to that 100. Thanks, you guys. Jogpel met Jay Beagle. Very nice, man. Proto. Clay, what would be your ideal goal song? Oh, I think I talked about that. Yeah, because I skipped like a bunch. Haven't played well. Indeed. Okay, now I'm where I skipped to about 5 minutes ago. Sports Boys, once again, thank you. Carolyn Froelich. Quinn Hughes played a lot today. He did. Backlight looks good. Thanks, Pat. Yeah, I'll message you later. Oh, Gmod, you're very kind. The best Canucks post-game going. I think there's some people, about 1,000 people that would disagree with you who goes to watch the Nation. But you guys know I appreciate you guys being here. Or maybe, both on at the same time. I missed most of the first 2 periods. Arjun was an even game. Yeah, the Canucks controlled the first period, although Montreal outscored us 1-0. And I'd say Montreal controlled the second period. Gaudette's goal was a snipe indeed, Nahal. What was the funniest Dyson Ice rookie on stage moment? I've only done the last 2. The one where Pettersson was a rookie was kind of funny. They played like a game show, and they drew out of him that he had never had a girlfriend, which was cute, which makes sense if he's been concentrating on hockey. But it's just more of a cute moment as opposed to a funny moment. Jace is not playing up to what I expected. Yeah, he had a bad first game. He's been okay, but tonight I didn't think he was that good. Hey, Laura, what a win. Yes, I'm going to run the Van Marathon. How far is Monkey 9 Brewing from downtown Pender? You mean to walk or to drive? Drive, you can get there in 15 minutes. Yes, the game is late on Wednesday, 8. Harsinder would have lost $20 if Jace didn't score, but I would have won 50 had he scored. make the nets an inch wider. He was so close. Yeah, Gmod. There's some winnable games coming up for sure. What are your thoughts on the reffing in this game? The refs let a lot go. Yeah, they let a lot of go. Actually, I'd say in the Toronto game, I'm not sure if John's still in here if he'd agree. I think the Canucks got away with a bunch of stick stuff on Saturday night. But tonight, I thought Montreal could have been called. Joel Edmondson holding Hoglander, Suzuki slew-footing Pearson. Then he did get called on the Virtanen one. I think Virtanen could have drawn another one as soon as that one ended. So, yeah, I thought they let a lot go as well. And, only 4 or 5 power plays for the entire game kind of speaks to that. Thanks, Daniel Bryan. Ether should get traded too. Yeah, I don't think Ether will get traded because of his full no movement. Hit or miss D-man. Defensemen like Willie Mitchell could benefit Hughes. Yeah. I like your stream. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. Clay, you're a great person. I got to go. Hope you have a good night. You too. Saw you doing. Thank you for the nice words. If Jordy Ben is out, who plays next game? I go Ulevi over Chatfield for sure. Would you like to see the draft in the next All-Star game? Should they bring it back? See the draft in the next All-Star game. Oh, nah, I think it's kind of gimmicky. Although the NBA does it. Jim wants to resign Sutter. How many Jim Bennings are in here tonight? Clay, will you schedule the next stream since it's a late start? Inferno, great point. You guys know that I don't stream prior to the game. You guys know that I don't stream during the game. Maybe I start right after the game and I save my post-game live stream. I save my post-game recap to the next day, or I film it after. So that's one thing, is I could start right at 10:30 as opposed to waiting until 11. But then I'm going head-to-head against Rob Fay, which might not work out well for me. Yeah, that's a good question. I'm going to save that to the very end. But it'll be 10:30 or 11 for sure, or maybe it's 11 only for a shorter one. What do you think they'll do in the lines when PD comes back? You got to reunite the Lotto line. I think you put Hoglander back on the second line, and then you have Gaudette with Jake and Sutter on the third line. And I think with Gaudette's confidence and Jake's confidence, that might be not a bad third line. Riley, visit anytime. Who do you think PD replaces when he comes back? I think Michaelis comes out because he only came in because of that. Austin, welcome. What's the percentage difference of your post-game viewers versus post-game loss viewers? Shiraz, that's a really good question. It's actually equal. Like I would think that there are more people who want to come on after a win because they're in a good mood. That hasn't been the case. It's been the same amount when it's a loss, depending on what kind of game it was. I find more that I get way more people at this time between 10:30 and 11 than I do between 7:30 and 8. Maybe it's too early. People want to study or hang out with their families or whatever. Nowadays we get the night owls. We get people from the East Coast that are staying up. So it's not win versus loss. It's time is what I notice actually. Yeah, good question. Do you think we will bring a goalie up next year to replace Holtby? No, not next year, Blue Moon. The year after that. Hey Sailor as our goal horn. I don't even know what that is, Bim Jennings. I don't even know what that is. What's your favorite old school goalie mask? Oh, that's a good question. I wasn't a big mask guy, so I couldn't really give you... we got more likes than viewers now. I like that. I couldn't really give you a good answer, to be honest with you. Sorry, that's a really bad answer, but it's true. Trade deadline will be dead this year. I agree. Dem Goat, very good. Very good. Favorite goalie mask longer for the Canucks? Same thing, Fangirl. I'd have to look them up. I'm not really into masks. Hey, Clay, you're doing well. Never thought the streak of us not winning a game after getting scored on first was going to end. Yes, that was nice. If you make a sushi restaurant, name Clay Sushi's Hub and use your thumbnail. Okay, I'll keep that under consideration, Riley. The shootout players were not the best choices. Get Hogs, Jake, or Gods out there. No JT. JT's been okay. Gaudette, yeah, because he's probably had confidence. I'm not sure about Jake on a shootout, though, to be honest with you. Do you think Green is coaching his way to extension? I know he's definitely improved his 3-on-3 lineup. Yeah, I truly think that it's been in the plans all along. It just hasn't happened yet. I think he will get extended. What's your lineup when PD returns? Lotto line. We go back to normal. Lotto line, Horvat, Pearson, Hoglander. Then you put Jake, Gaudette, and Sutter, and then Beagle, Roussel, and then your choice of Harlock, Eriksson, Michaelis, Mott, hopefully when he comes back. Yep, I like Hamannik. Me too. What do you think about Michaelis? Avash, he's okay. He's okay. Not great, but he's playing his role. G1 likes Green, yes. Should Bo be in consideration for Team Canada? Absolutely. Bottom six, you could play on the wing because they're going to have so many centers. Have you considered doing a live stream watching for any games? Oh, Jen, great question. I've talked about this before, and I'm very honest with you guys, as you know. I think it would wreck my viewing experience because, quite frankly, I'd be worried about having to be entertaining on here, and I think it would wreck your viewing experience because I actually think you'd get sick of me for 2.5 hours, and I'm not saying that so you just say, oh no, we wouldn't get sick of you. I think you would get sick of me because I'd probably get tired. And I like to be with my family and watching the games. I like to be able to do my intermission reflections for Twitter. I like to be able to go to the washroom. Not that I can't do those things when I'm doing a stream. Not during the, you guys know what I mean. But yeah, I respect people like John who can do it for games. It's just not my thing. It's just not my thing. I really like being with my family and watching all the games. And I'd feel like I wouldn't be able to do the viewers justice by watching, because I'm not the best color commentator. So all you see is me screaming, cheering, being frustrated. Maybe that's what you want to do, but I'll just say it's not the best use of my time. And that's no offense to people that do it, but I'd rather come on for an hour after the game and put my attention there. Great question, though. Finally, a win streak. Yes. Yeah, I'm thinking the bag means something about money as well. But if someone tells me, Noah, how are you, Clay? I'm great, thank you. Hope you're well as well. Should Gino be the next Ring of Honor? Yeah, Casket Brain, that's an interesting one. I've heard arguments either way. Thanks for the stream. No problem, Proto, Central Time. Thank you for being here. Do you ever chat with Lego Rocks about the Canucks? Yeah, Brian, I do. I've had him actually on one of my Zoom chats, and we both text and message each other on Twitter maybe once a week. So it's not like every day. We're not best buds or whatever. He's the age of my sons, actually. But yeah, no, I like Gio a lot, and he knows his stuff, and he works his butt off for sure. Is McEwen on your good list? Yeah, I like him. I just I don't know how much of an impact player he's going to be. Dem goat. Yes, I'm with you, Lucas. You think Hoglander can get to 10? I do, Edmund. You think Pearson will re-sign? I didn't think so until I heard Jim Benning talk. So maybe. I know, Mr. Joker, other people have said make Hughes a forward too, but if he's never played forward in his life, I think we need him on our back end. Debut Hunter, welcome. Bit late to the chat. Thoughts on the non-call and Jake's net drive? Yeah, I talked about that earlier. That should have been a call. That's a dangerous play. But maybe because they just called Suzuki on him. But that just shows you how hard Virtanen was working tonight. Laura, just seeing how good Demko is being, do you think we'll see Hope in back-to-back games? Only in back-to-back games. Yeah, I do. At least for the next little bit. And I think, Laura, you may have heard me say that's why I think Hope got that start, the second game against Winnipeg, because Green wanted to keep Demko fresh with the travel back for Toronto and every game since then, right? Every second night. Great point. What if PD, Bo, and Miller all played center? We'd have one of the deepest teams at center. We would, but then one of them's playing third line, and that's not a good use of minutes. Ulevi, if Ben is injured. Yes, Edmund, I agree. Yeah, McEwen talked about that. If you could only have one, would you take Toffoli or Hoglander? I take Hoglander for future and for cap space. I think he's going to be really good. Who would you pick to cleanly win a face-off? If I only had one face-off to win, I put Bo in there. Although I think Beagle has a better percentage, right? Do you think we'll acquire anyone before the trade deadline? No, Marcus. We're going to be sellers, not buyers. Sutter moving to Cowtown. Oh, I thought you were talking about my last name. Protection rules for expansion drafts. Yeah, you got to protect guys that are under contract and that have played X amount of games. So you can't just expose a bunch of guys who've never played before. It's way more detailed than that, but it's easier to just look it up on the internet. Miller, Brock, Bo, Pearson, PD, and Hogs fill in with the rest of the wingers. Miller, Brock, I put... Put Gaudette with them. I put Jake with Bo and Pearson. And if you have PD Hogs, gosh. I don't know, actually. I ran out of guys. Will there be a split within the Church of Pedersen leading to a Reformed Church of Hoglander? Gary, love it. We'll see. The history's there. DiPietro gets to play at Ottawa coming out. Give Demko a week rest. No, Treads, you don't do that. You play Holtby then. You don't put DiPietro in this season. I agree, Dogwood. The last 6 minutes were the best. Best player in the NHL right now, McDavid. Pedersen performed Buble. Yeah, I watched it. It was just okay. Actually, Marie was in line to do that before Buble took her spot. Are you friends with Rob from The Nation? I wouldn't say good friends, Avash, but I'm not sure. Hopefully you saw it. I had a really great Zoom chat with him last week. We went for an hour, and he's really good to me, and we wish each other luck. We're not really competition. We're on at the same time. We do two different things, and he's doing very well, and I think I'm doing well, and I like him a lot. He's a good guy. Just because you haven't had a girlfriend doesn't mean you haven't had a pantheon of other. That's true, Dogwood. I'm not sure if you're talking from experience, but yes, that is true. Why is Wednesday's game at 8? Who knows? Maybe TV. 10:40 is kaput. Yeah, Roof, where you been? That's been like a month or 3 weeks. Or maybe you're not from here, which is fair. Or maybe you are. I don't know. Who's another upcoming player in the 2021-22 season? Jack Rathbone. I'm excited to see him next year. Clay, I don't know if it's because you say it fast or it's because your tongue is kind of tired, but why did you just call me Harsinder? I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm probably tired. Harsinder. As opposed to Harsunder. Yeah, maybe haven't been saying like that all the time though. I apologize. Yes, a bit. Overall, I think Demko held on 3 games long enough for the Canucks to score. They need to find their rhythm earlier and stay consistent. Can't remember what the question was, John, what I was talking about then. The NBA did it, but they wanted revenue. It sucked this year. Yeah, the All-Stars. No re-signing of Sutter, no problem. Bring on the 1 and 2s questions. Yeah, debut Hunter, we're at the 46-minute mark. Aren't Jake Sutter and God's all right-handed shots? Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. Quinn should play forward, Petey and Besser. He's not that good defending. Yeah, but he's played defense all his life. Isn't Ariel Tula your friend? Yes, Noah. I'm much closer with Marie, but Ariel is my friend. I've done some collabs with her as well. She was great tonight. Canucks power play was struggling. What do you think about that? Yeah, it looked like they didn't practice 5-on-3s. It was brutal. Quinn Hughes just needs the right partner, which was Tana to be there. I think Hughes and Hamonic are good. I like Hamonic a lot. He's playing a lot better. Okay, I made it to the end. So thank you. I don't have to ask you about the setup. I think I'm going to go with this setup going forward. It's actually easier. Because of the position, it's actually a little easier. It just means setting up 2 extra lights. But it's fine. So thank you for the nice compliments that way. Let's do this. I only have a 1-2 question, and then I will let you ask me questions for the last few minutes. This is very simple. Thanks, Dexter, for the compliment on the setup. Very simple. For Wednesday, it's what time should I start? Put in a 1 if you want me to start at 10:30, right after the game ends, and I won't even worry about a post-game recap. I can do that later in the night or the next morning. So either 1 at 10:30 or 2, 11 o'clock. Now, before you vote, you might say, well, why 11 so late? Because as you guys know, I like to go on the hour, except for tonight, half an hour after the game ends, because it gives me a chance to unwind, to set up, and to do my post-game recap. But I realized that that's late. Like we basically be starting right now on Wednesday at 11 o'clock. Maybe some of you like that because you're night owls. So put them in. Give me a 1 if it's 10:30, and give me a 2 if you want 11 o'clock. Holy smokes, it's even. Okay, I see a slight preference for 10:30. 11 does seem a little late. Yeah, and I don't absolutely have to. Okay. Hot Take says 2. Okay, I'll read all these later, but I do see more 1s than 2s. And I appreciate there's 100 of you in here still voting. Okay. I'm leaning towards 10:30, but please just check my feed and check my Twitter account or do 10:45. Yeah. I'll see what happens on that night. But I'll announce it in the morning. Do a poll. Actually, Inferno, that's a great point. 10:45 would be a healthy compromise. Yeah, that's true. It gives 15 minutes. It gives people a bit of time to unwind and do whatever. I probably still wouldn't do a post-game recap. I think that's pretty tight. Okay, but you're right. I'll put as soon as I'm done, I'll put a poll up today and let people vote throughout tonight and tomorrow morning. That's a great point, Inferno. Okay, last 3 to 4 minutes. Let's go with non-Canucks and non-hockey related questions. I will keep it to 3 or 4 minutes, and then we will go, and then I'll wrap up. Yeah, Laura, good point. It depends on if it's OT or not. What was your first Nintendo console? It was the old Nintendo. I don't even know what it was called, but it was the very first one. Favorite guilty pleasure movie? Coming to America. The first one. The second one was brutal. Hi from Sweden. Hey, got hooked. Thanks for being here from Sweden. Riley, I'm so sorry. I haven't listened to it yet. I keep saying I'll do so. I will do so. Rare, medium, or well done? Rare, all the time. Favorite late night, midnight snack? It's kind of bad. Can of Pepsi and some Japanese rice crackers. What's your favorite number one pet peeve? People who don't own up to their mistakes, who don't hold themselves accountable, who blame other people. I'd rather someone just tell me they screwed up as opposed to make excuses or blame others. Would you ever want to go to Ireland? Yeah, sure. I'd be open to that, Sean. What happened to Sven Bear? Oh, no, that's a hockey question. Favorite Leafs player? Oh, that's a hockey question, John. But if you want me to answer... Favorite Leafs player? You know, it's not because I hate the Leafs, because I don't. But I don't have one that I'd say is a favorite. I struggled a bit last 2 games ago, but I do like Morgan Riley's game. Do you think people are anti-vaxxers because they're just scared of syringes? No, I think there's more to it than that. Favorite music genre, R&B or gospel? Wait, you watched Coming to America and said it was brutal? Yeah, I thought the first hour was slow and plotting. I thought the last half an hour was good. If the world was stuck in one decade, which decade would you want it to be? 90s. Best music, or for me, and I was in my physical prime. What branch of Christian are you? I'm Roman Catholic. Uber or Lyft? I've only used Uber. Favorite all-time movie? Shawshank Redemption. Are you a fan of Marvel? Not as much as most people. Does sports journalism pay the bills? Not for me, because I have a full-time job. I think it's a rough go. I think it's tough to break into. Favorite basketball player? All-time Steve Nash. You skipped my pejorative comment of before. Yeah, Seb, write it again. I don't even know what that means. Which fast food restaurant had the best fries? I'm still McDonald's. Favorite restaurant in Vancouver, Chinatown. Don't eat there enough. LA women, sorry. Have you ever watched Unsolved Mysteries? The Robert Stack one? Is that the old ones? Then yes. Last time you went to movie theater for what movie? Mine was The Invisible Man. Oh, good question. Movie theater? I have to get back to you. Something with my family. Favorite toppings on Sunday? Pretty boring. Strawberry sauce. Favorite late night midnight snack? Yeah, the Pepsi and the Japanese rice crackers. Did you ever play an instrument? Yes, I'm a piano player. I play a lot actually on my YouTube channel. If you could be anywhere right now, where would you be? Anywhere? Anywhere? I'd be in Rome. With my lovely wife Gail on our 20th wedding anniversary trip that we couldn't take this summer. Favorite sports film? Ooh, that's a good one. You know, I like cheesy, I like Remembering the Titans. I like that one. I love Hoop Dreams, the documentary about basketball. Did you have this set up last stream? No, I just debuted it tonight, Dexter. Popeyes, Churches, or KFC? I'll go KFC. Church is a little greasy for me. Shawshank is my second favorite. Shawshank is my first favorite. Second favorite? Probably Coming to America. It's pretty bad. Have you ever had Pin on Fin? Yes, my family eats there a lot more than I do. Favorite Indian dish? Don't know enough about them. I don't want to, say the typical. I don't know enough about them, to be honest with you. Are you going to watch King Kong vs. Godzilla? No. Cineplex or Landmark? Doesn't matter to me. Let's go Cineplex. Have you had a long strike streak in bowling? Yeah, I've gone first 6 strikes in a game. Favorite pizza? Ham and pineapple, wet food or dry food for pet cat? Never had a cat, but we give wet food to Mickey, and his treats are dry. Did you enjoy the sunshine today? I wish I did. I was working. Fly or be invisible? I'd like to fly. No problem, Dexter. Yes, I watch the UFC after. Which channel viewer that you can think of as the craziest comments in your streams? I don't want to affirm them, but he's in here tonight. Great question, John. Okay, that's good. Do you get COVID shot since working in church? No, Shannon. I'll get it in the summer when it's my age term. Is it possible to end a stream when people keep asking questions? Yeah, I'm going to do it in like 2 minutes. Favorite vegetarian dish? A sushi. I just spit all over my pop filter. How many lanes are in the bowling alley you play? 28 10-pin and 12 5-pin, so 40. Favorite pot? Pepsi. Thoughts on me, Clay? Jim? I'm still supporting you, but you better do something good for us. Favorite fried food? Ooh, French fries. Come and see. Okay. Wait, have I seen Come and See? I have to look that up. Why does it feel like I've seen that? Did you get your son get into UBC right away? He did. Actually, I went to UBC as well, business school. Did you see WandaVision? No, my kids watch it. Which son got in more trouble in school? Honestly, none of them. Both boys have been really good in school, and sounds like easy. If I had to pick one, Sean. I think Sean's been in one fight, and Jacob is being in 0. Come and see. No, I haven't watched that yet. Okay, I got my first COVID shot. Awesome, Shannon. Are there bowling lessons? Yes, we are going to do that when COVID ends. Okay, that's good. Otherwise, I'll be going all night. Okay, thanks, you guys. I appreciate all of you. We got to about 150, 160 viewers, 150 viewers, I think, which is awesome. We got to 120 likes, which is amazing. We got some donations, which I appreciate, and we got a new member as well. So thanks to all of you. A great night. Canucks win 2-1. I'm going to go watch you know what I love? I've told you this before. I love, after Canucks win, listening to post-game comments from the other team's coach and players just to see how much credit they give the Canucks. But, John, if you're still in here, hot take, where does Toronto post their post-game press conference? Because I noticed on Twitter, they only do a mashup of 2 minutes. Like they have the coach and then 2 other players, but they only speak for 30 seconds each. Where can I find the extended media availability for Toronto? I'm just curious. So John, if you're still in here, maybe you could leave a quick comment. Everyone, thank you. Great questions today. Great energy. Thank you for the compliments on the setup. I like it a lot as well, and I think I'm going to go with it going forward. And thanks. It's a great night. Canucks chipping away, still a little bit far behind, but you never know what can happen if they continue to string wins together. We keep saying they have to string 6 or 7 wins together, and that's what they're doing right now. They're at 3. But they can keep going. So thanks again for watching. No matter where you're watching from, and I know you could be doing anything else, watching anyone else. I appreciate you, whether you're local, across the country, or around the world. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't forget to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already, don't forget to like this video on your way out and consider becoming a member of this channel. I appreciate all of you for your support, financial or simply your presence. That is more than enough. So once again, Canucks win 2-1, and they play the same Montreal team on Wednesday night, and then I will figure out if I'm going to go at 10:30 or 11 on that night. Okay, I got to go. Got to do some studying. Got to clean all this stuff up now. That's the only bad thing while doing all this. And again, thanks for being here. So stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. Have a great night. God bless, and go Canucks go. Booyah!